Hey everybody, welcome to the Evening Reader. My name is Priscilla. Welcome back. uh, I just wanted to check in today and just do kind of have a little chat about not my wrap up. It's not the end of July yet. It's only the 28th, July 28th. Yeah, it's only the 28th of July, so I've still got 3 days left. And I know I'm squeezing in another book, so I'll be doing my July wrap up next week. But I thought I would talk a little bit about August and maybe a little bit about September. So, uh, yeah, what's going on out there? I hope that you've got some fun plans for the weekend. Not much on the agenda here, so I'm definitely hoping to get some reading in and may go see the Barbie movie. I don't know. I can't decide yet. So we went to see this month. We have been to the movies twice this month, which is just unprecedented for us, really, at least since we've lived here. We went to see the new Indiana Jones movie just out of total nostalgia and, to see Harrison Ford probably play Indiana Jones for his last time. And then just so sad to think about. He was like my first big crush ever. Um, anyway, it's not sad. It's good. It's all good. He's happy with Callista, so we don't need to worry about him, I don't think. Let's see. Oh yeah, we went to see the new Mission Impossible movie because we do like the Mission Impossible franchise. I'm kind of lukewarm on Tom Cruise by himself, but I do think that he's great as Ethan Hunt. So I just enjoy that series. It's just fun kind of summer movie, action movie. I'm not a huge action movie fan, but I have really enjoyed that one series. And so yeah, we may go see Barbie. I don't know if I want to see Oppenheimer. I think I might just wait for video on that one. I don't know that I want to go sit in the movie theater and think about war. So, yeah. All right. So, anyway, reading, not here really to hear about movies, I guess. Although plenty of people talk about what they're watching. Right now, we aren't watching anything because, yeah, we're just kind of in a series lull. So I had already watched Somebody Somewhere on HBO Max, and now I'm getting my husband to watch it, but we've only got 2 episodes left. So, and they're only half-hour episodes. So when we finish that up, I'm not really sure what we're gonna watch next. So yeah, it's just first world problems. What are you gonna do? All right, so July reading. I did finish. Look at all the flags in there. I finished in Ascension. I did not DNF it. I finished it. I don't remember if I mentioned that in my video, my Booker backlist video, but I did finish in Ascension, and I'm interested in talking about it because I have many thoughts. There were parts of it that just didn't work for me, and as I'm thinking them through, I'm still not really sure they work for me. But the last half of this book was quite good, so I'll talk about that in my wrap-up video next week. And I finished Avid Reader by Robert Gottlieb, his memoir about his time as a book editor, a magazine editor, and as a writer, and just a bit about his life. And he seemed to have just known everybody, and it was a fun read. Again, I'll talk about it in the July wrap-up video. Not gonna get carried away today. And then I wasn't sure what to pick up, but I wanted something kind of fun or light, just lighter fare. I didn't want to read anything really super serious, but I didn't want something that I wasn't in the mood for like a romantic comedy or anything like that. So I decided to pick up The Widows of Malabar Hill by Sujata Massey and Massey. And I am already halfway through. I am so excited that this is a series because so far, this is just everything. So I'm really, really enjoying this. And again, I will talk about it in my July wrap up. But yeah, so far so good. I'm really hooked and keep wanting to pick it up and read it. So August, I cannot believe that it's almost August, and for some reason, because of course I have to talk about the weather now. And most of you are going to hate me because here in the Netherlands it is cool to cold and rainy, lots and lots of rain. And it's sort of like we had this beautiful June and it was just really, it was actually quite nice. It was a little warm. We had some warm days, but for the most part, it was just beautiful. And now it's just a bit soggy and I actually like this kind of weather, but it feels like it should already be September because this is more like our early September weather. Actually, I guess this is typical Dutch summer. What's typical anymore? I don't think anything is typical anymore. So, why did I bring that up? Yeah, it's just sort of gray, and I know that it's going to be August, but yeah, like I said, it feels like it should be September already. But I also can't believe that it's this late in the year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But August has lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. So let's talk about that. So I've got, I think, two buddy reads in August. And the first one, I have it, of course, it's on the bottom of the stack, and it's a huge book. And it's still got the half price sticker on it from when I got it at the Waterstones holiday sale. So that's really charming. But I am going to be reading Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. I don't really think this book needs any introduction, but I'm going to be reading this with Ros at Scally Dandling About the Books and BookTube supporter Stephanie. I think we're planning to read this throughout the month. I'm going to be reading about 16, since I think it's 64 chapters. I think Stephanie worked this out. It's 64 chapters. We have 16 chapters a week to read it throughout the month. I'm not sure like what the plan is about how we're gonna talk about it, if we're gonna do a video together or if we're just gonna chat on Voxer. But I guess we'll figure all that out. There's plenty of time. But I'm really looking forward to this. I can't wait to read this. So many people have said great things about this book. I am somebody who has not read David Copperfield, so I'll have, I think, a different view. I'm pretty sure that Roz has read David Copperfield, and I don't know if Stephanie has. But I think that'll make the conversation more interesting in a way because we'll just be able to talk about it from different perspectives. And then also, I'm an American, so I'll have different perspective, to bring as well. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't think I need to go into what it's about and all that because everybody's been talking about that book since it's winning every prize. The other possible buddy read that I have for this month is with Jess at Stalking Kafka. And this is In the House in the Dark of the Woods, Laird Hunt. I had mentioned that I had read Zori earlier this year and that it was one of my favorite reads so far this year. And so Jess said she also wanted to read some Laird Hunt, and she suggested this one. My understanding is that all of his books are a bit different in tone, and this, I think, is a bit of a dark fantasy. So it says, it even says, in this dark fairy tale, a young woman sets off to pick berries in the depths of the forest, but can't find her way home again. Alone and lost, she meets a strange friend who offers her help. Then everything changes. On a journey that will take her to the depths of the witch-haunted woods, through a deep well wet with the screams of men. Wow, okay. And on a living ship made of human bones. Yeah, that sounds cheerful. Our heroine may find that the evil she flees has been inside her all along. Intriguing. Quite intriguing. I really loved his writing in Zori, so I'm excited to dip into another one. So I'm thinking we might be doing this, but I know Jess was thinking she was going to get this from her library. Maybe it was on hold. So I'm not sure. We haven't talked in a few days. So um, but that's definitely going to be on the docket at some time, but probably August. So looking forward to that as well. And then I've got some other possibilities lined up for August. Um, I had a couple of things on my list. I'm looking down at my list. I had a couple of things on my list. One was The Widows of Malabar Hill, but obviously I decided to forge ahead with that one. The other one was I Am Homeless If This Is Not My Home, but I realized that book is under 200 pages. So I'll talk about that in a minute. Then that's the new Lori Moore novel. And then I had made a list of some other possibilities. So let's look at what I might also read in August. One is The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. I have read The Underground Railroad, and I read not most of, probably a little more than half of Harlem Shuffle, and then I set it aside just because it just wasn't holding my attention. Great world building, but it wasn't sticking with me, so I set it aside. It's on my Kindle. I'll probably go back and read that again, especially now that the second one is out, um, and see what kind of reception that one gets as well. But I really enjoy The Underground Railroad, and I wanted to read another Colson Whitehead. I picked this up a couple of years ago at the bookstore, and I think I had put it on a summer reading list, I think in 2021. Yeah. So probably will try to go ahead and read this one. I know it's a little darker, um, and I think it's a bit dystopian. Yeah. So, but I really like his writing, and I've been meaning to pick this up forever, so that's a possibility. Nickel Boys, Colson Whitehead. I've got a nonfiction pick. I've actually got maybe two nonfiction picks. Let me grab the other one here. Just depending on, I'm a mood reader, and so if I read a few pages and it's just not grabbing me, I will move on to something else. So I've got a couple of picks for a nonfiction because I'm trying to get more nonfiction in. I've really been in the mood to read more nonfiction. I'm reading fiction, but I've been in the mood, just in a very nonfiction mood. So I don't know. I may do a video on that. I may talk about that more in depth at another time. But the first one is Thomas Cahill, How the Irish Saved Civilization. This is a book that I've had for a long time. I think my dad actually gave me this book to read a long time ago, and I think I started it a couple of times and didn't. And this is a gorgeous book, by the way. Look at the end papers in this book. Isn't that lovely? And it's got deckled edges. But it says the untold story of Ireland's heroic role from the fall of Rome to the rise of medieval Europe. And I just am, I think, and it's got the deckled edges. I think this might be a first edition. Not that that matters. But it's just really pretty. Really nice book. But I've heard wonderful things about Thomas Cahill, and I think he has a new book out, actually, or a recent book. Or I put something else on my my list. Maybe I didn't get it from my dad. Maybe I got it from somebody else that's got a history book club thing here. Anyway, I don't think he was a member of that. Anyway, that's a possibility for this month. Let's see, it says from the fall of Rome to the rise of Charlemagne, the Dark Ages, learning, scholarship, and culture disappeared from the European continent. The great heritage of Western civilization, from the Greek and Roman classics to Jewish and Christian works, would have been utterly lost were it not for the holy men and women of unconquered Ireland. In this delightful and illuminating look into a crucial but little-known hinge of history, Thomas Cahill takes us to the island of saints and scholars, the Ireland of St. Patrick, and the Book of Kells. Oh, that sounds very good. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but that is on my list possibly for August. And if that one isn't grabbing me for any reason, although I can't see why it wouldn't, because actually it's making me want to pick it up and read it right away. is I have read several books by this author. The first one that I read was her book Assassination Vacation, Sarah Vowell. And if you haven't read her, she's got such a dry wit. She does great research, and she's sort of I guess she's just written these nonfiction books on topics, on historical topics that interest her. But she's got such an interesting way of going about it. She finds personal avenues into stories, but then she also does her research. And so I've got this book, The Wordy Shipmates, which I haven't read yet, which I think looks really good. And this is about the founding of the American colonies. It says, to this day, America views itself as a Puritan nation, but Vowell investigates what that means and what it should mean. What was this great political enterprise all about? Who were these people who are considered the philosophical, spiritual, and moral ancestors of our nation? What Vowell discovers is something far different from what their uptight shoe buckles and corn reputation might suggest. The people she finds are highly literate, deeply principled, and surprisingly feisty. Their story is filled with the pamphlet feuds, witty courtroom dramas, and bloody vengeance. She's just got such terrific dry wit, and I think she was I think that she was like a contributor or on the series This American Life. I might be making that up, but I think maybe she was. She did some segments on that. I'm not sure. But she's also Violet Incredible in The Incredibles. She's the voice of Violet in that as well. So that is also a possibility for August. And then the other one, which is I probably will get this started in August, and I don't know if I'll finish it in August since I've got Demon Copperhead and it's quite chunky, and then I've got the other two, and I read pretty quickly, but August is going to be a very busy month, and especially now with my Dutch lessons, I have less time since I've got homework, and then I've got 5 or 6 hours of class a week, so that takes up quite a bit of time. But I want to read the second book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy, The Bad Ship by Robin Hobb. I really want to get through Live Ship Traders this year, so that I can kind of get on with this series, just because I really love Robin Hobb's writing, and yeah, this is the next one in the series. So I'll probably pick that up and start that in August. And then we've got September coming, and I am, since I'm pretty new still with BookTube, but I'm extremely excited about Shorty September. And I will link to the videos, Pastori's videos, and Soggy Expat Book Nerds videos on, I believe, who are hosting Shorty September. I will link to their videos down below, and I will, of course, be doing a more dedicated video as near the end of August to talk about what I'm going to read in Shorty September. But I'm so excited. I already have a stack. A pile of possibilities. No, of course, I'm not going to read all of those in September. September is going to be a very busy month outside of the channel, but I am excited, and I have already been getting things together, and I also have a bunch of stuff on my Kindle, so I'm really, I don't know why I'm so excited about that, but I'm all in. I can't wait for that. So that's about it. Yeah, just a little catch up. Probably my shortest video ever. You're welcome. And I will be back next week with my July wrap up, and I'm not sure what else. I don't know. I don't know what else I'm going to talk about, but I'll find something. I'll find something to talk about, I'm sure. Anyway, I hope that you have a great weekend, and stay cool, or stay warm, or stay dry, or find a place to get wet. I don't know. Enjoy yourself. Happy reading, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.